I don't know what happened in that blurb of words that came out of the President of the United States' mouth last night while he was talking to Jessica, the bearded lady rabbi. So she made news. He made news. I don't know what Jessica confuses me. And you tell me, I'll start with you on this, Holmes, whether somebody from the White House should come out and clarify whether we have demanded a ceasefire and we learned it from Jessica, the bearded rabbi. Is that U.S. policy now? Maybe a clarification is in order.
Yeah, I mean, look, the bearded lady got herself in, or himself, or whomever the bearded lady is, in the news on this one. Look, he's so imprecise with his words. It's anybody's guess what it is that he's talking about. My sense is what he's probably referring to was that lag between the October 7 attack and ultimately when Israel started the offensive in Gaza. I assume that's what it is, but that's certainly not what he said there. And like, again, this is part of the problem that you have with Joe Biden and this entire administration is that they can't actually articulate what they're doing, what their goals are, what they're trying to do. And it just fuels all this speculation. It fuels all kinds of doubt. And the message it sends to the international community has got to be horrifying to some of our allies. What does he mean? I don't know. It doesn't. The busiest person at the White House, honestly, is what we call in the Ruthless Variety program, bracket man. Bracket man is the person who has to go back through all of the transcripts when you're typing up what it is that the president is saying on a day-to-day basis, and they go back and put brackets around what he really meant rather than what he actually said. Bracket man is just like overtime right now.
Most secure job you can get at the White House right now. Absolutely most secure. You're never, ever getting fired. You know, Tom, he went on to say, I'm the guy that talked to El-Sisi of Egypt to convince him to open the door. Is the door open in Egypt? Because as far as I know, all they've taken is like a couple severely wounded people. And that's about it. The door's not open. It's been a national news story since October 7th that they will not open the door. So when did that happen? I'm just not sure we can put any stock in what the president of the United States is saying, and that's a problem.
Yeah, I agree. And I agree with Josh. I mean, look, what the administration is facing right now is they are getting intense pressure from their left wing on all this. You played the clips of the protesters, right? And so what does the administration do? They're trying to thread the needle here. Biden has been standing strong with Israel initially, but sort of, what did they do yesterday? They put out, Kamala Harris announces the first ever White House strategic initiative to combat Islamophobia.
Yeah.
Interesting timing for that. Why would they be doing that now? If not,
wait, hold that thought.
Those
hold
folks
that thought
on the left.
I want to let you finish it, but I want to show the audience what you're talking about. It was unbelievable. They dropped this late last night. Here she is.
And today, we take another important step forward in our fight against hate. For years, Muslims in America and those perceived to be Muslim have endured a disproportionate number of hate-fueled attacks. As a result of the Hamas terrorist attack in Israel and the humanitarian crisis in Gaza, we have seen an uptick in anti-Palestinian, anti-Arab, anti-Semitic, and Islamophobic incidents across America, including the brutal attack of a Palestinian-American woman who was Muslim and the killing of her 6-year-old son.
Go ahead, Tom.
I mean, look, you've got Jewish students that are getting chased all over campuses, having to lock themselves in libraries. I mean, it's crazy what's going on. And the administration chooses to highlight Islamophobia and hate crimes against Muslims. The attack that she mentioned happened here in Chicago. It was a completely deranged lunatic, a singular event. And yet that's what she's highlighting here. I mean, look, again, I think it speaks to the political pressure that they're under, particularly, and there were a couple stories on this today, which we posted at RealClearPolitics, that the administration and his political advisors are deathly afraid that they have put Michigan in play, and that Muslims, particularly in the Detroit suburbs, right, Dearborn, that if they don't turn out, that state is going to be close enough that could actually tip the balance.
Wow. Hey, Trump, we were talking about this the other day. Trump won Michigan in 2016. He won Michigan in 2016. So it's gettable. And not to presume that it's going to be Trump, but certainly looking at, we'll get to that in a minute.
Megyn, can I pause you on that? Just imagine for a second, as a part of your constituency, you're talking about a population that's out chanting from the river to the sea. They're talking about the elimination of Jewish people. They're talking about the elimination of Israel. To be politically sensitive to that is wild to me. I mean, in any other context about a population of people, whether it's racial or religious or what have you, there would be an outcry across this country. But yet somehow we watch all of these protests and what they're calling for. Let's be clear. This is not like two-state solution. They're calling for the elimination of the state of Israel and the eradication, as they say, of Jews. I mean, this is not a constituency that has to be appealed to. This is a extremely radical, totally inappropriate bunch of folks that we should not have as a part of the political system at this point.
Well, and just not to put too fine a point on it, I mean, Joe Biden is the one who declared his candidacy. He was running to save the soul of America after Charlottesville. You had a couple hundred neo-Nazis show up there, and that was the rationale for his entire campaign. And now he's running for re-election, but can't seem to denounce what's going on. I mean, it's crazy.
Oh, remember the nonstop news stories about Trump? Do you denounce David Duke? Right? He was forced to say it like, whatever. He's like, I denounce. Okay, I denounce. Just because this one KKK, whatever, white nationalist decided Trump was his guy, that was a news story for a week and beyond. It kept going. But now you've got all these people who don't want to vote for Joe Biden in Michigan because he's defending our closest ally in the Middle East, who just was subjected to the worst terror attack since the Holocaust. It killed more Americans, the worst since September 11th. And that's a problem. But he doesn't have to denounce anybody. By the way, they're now saying that neo-Nazis are showing up at some of these Free Palestine rallies because they all have the same cause. Yes, just like the Hamas guy said. So eliminate Israel? Yes, right on. Double thumbs up. You got it. We're on the right path. They say it explicitly. Here's, check this out. It was a Free Palestine rally. We think it was outside of New York in SOT 6.
I'm a Jew going undercover at a Free Palestine rally to see what they're really about.
Hey, how would you describe a Jew?
They're devils.
Who's at fault?
The Jews. The Jews. Always been a problem.
So if they do take Palestine, where do the 12 million Jews go?
Go to hell. Yeah, that's the literal slogan.
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Okay, if we free Palestine, where do the Jews go?
Hey, go back to Brooklyn, bitch! Shout out to Kanye. He was right.
How do I know that you are...
That I'm not a Jew?
Get the fuck out of my face! Get out of my...
The Hamas group, the action they've taken, it's not a terrorist attack.
I am queer for Palestine, yes.
What do you think about the argument when people are saying in Gaza they kill gay people?
It's very unsafe to be queer here, too.
But they're not actually killing gay people for being gay by law, right? The way it is in Gaza?
But why do we keep going back to, like, Gaza?
Why is there such a basis for them to have a homeland? Nobody else has a homeland.
Where are you from, if you don't mind me asking?
My family's from Afghanistan.
In Afghanistan, by the way, so that's a Muslim country, right?
Predominantly, yes.
So would you consider that your homeland?
Yes, so I guess I do have a claim over that, but you can't claim Israel.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, now just FYI, I want to give credit where it's due. That's from the account, I think, on social media from a guy named F. Jerry. He spells out the F word, however. How today I'm trying not to swear.
Look at you.
F. Jerry.
I
know. Well, it's only 15 after the hour, Holmes. Anything could happen in the next 2 hours. So in any event, you see, like, where's the denounce? Of course not. And that, Tom, to your point, is those people, their support for Joe Biden is likely dwindling right now.
Yeah. I mean, look, it is the fact that they have to devise a plan to try and keep folks like that from staying home and not voting for him. Again, in a swing state like Michigan, the fact that they're actively trying to placate those folks with talking about Islamophobia in this kind of environment, look, it's not great. It's not great for the Democratic Party, and it's not great for Biden himself. And we've seen him try, and again, he did stand strong with Israel. I think he deserves credit for that in the moments after October 7th, but has been particularly over the last few days trying to sort of walk things back and thread a needle that that he really shouldn't be trying to thread if he truly was concerned about hate in this country and saving the soul of the country and all that stuff that he said that's why the rationale for his running.
Some people take CBD for better sleep or less stress and more calm. Some take it for pain relief, better energy, or better focus and concentration. Today, I want to tell you about CB Distillery and their over 2 million satisfied customers. According to a poll of their customers, 90% reported that they sleep better with CBD. 81% said CBD helps with stress, and 80% said CBD helps with aches and pains after physical activity. If you struggle to get a good night's sleep, if you're dealing with too much stress and could use a little calm in your life, if you suffer from pain and discomfort, especially after physical exercise, you could give CBD a try from cbdistillery.com. Use my 20% discount by visiting cbdistillery.com and entering my initials MK to get that discount. No prescription is required. cbdistillery.com, promo code MK for 20% off. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.